What's up? What's up? What's up, fellas? Frack Dad is in the house. Man, good to see you. Big Frack, good to see you. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? TM, what's up, Trumpet? Yes, sir, Trumpet. I'll be there tomorrow, man. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. How you fellas been doing this week? Oh, man, I've been getting things done this week. I'm gonna need a good long break. I know everybody's watching baseball tonight, but I skipped last week. So I just wanted to make sure I jumped on this week for a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Double D, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing? Frack, we talk about hooking up, man. At some point, we're gonna have to make something happen. I gave you my card with my digits on them. Give me a holler when you get a chance. Oh, Rick isn't gonna make it. Well, it's all about those who show up. Yeah, it's all about those who show up. Juke, what's happening, man? Oh, that was my first time cooking mollejas, man. Yeah, first time cooking them, and I was pretty happy about how they turned out. I've eaten them in restaurants, but hadn't cooked them, and I was interested to see how they would do on the grill. And like I said, I was happy with them. Chris, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing? Darnell is in the house, nice and early. Frack, he says he just picked up some ribs. A 3-pack of beef ribs to cook them. You know I like some beef ribs, man. What cut? Beef back ribs, dinos, chuck ribs, short ribs. I love them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Fat boys in the house. What's happening? We'll give them another minute or so. I did not have a specific topic tonight, folks. So you grill it, you bring it, man, and I'll grill it. We'll grill it. Let's talk about what's going on. All right, dinos. James and I, we've been talking about a collab with some dinos, and we want to do them on the drum. I am very interested to see how they will come out on the drum. I've never done them on the drum before, but last week I knocked out some ribs, no wrap, no heat deflector, no baffle, no nothing, just straight on the drum, man. And oh my goodness, they were money. If you saw that video, they were every bit as good as the way they looked. So I'm interested to see what some dinos will look like. All right, folks. We're 4 minutes in. I want to thank you guys and gals once again for stopping in to hang out with Mama and Papa Joe. Man, we really appreciate it. Like I said earlier, we missed last week. We took a little break, so I did not want to skip today. I understand baseball is the game is on, so hey, multitask. I was talking about the drum. Looking forward to doing some dinos on my mini drum. I'm telling you, man, removing that little foil baffle, heat deflector, grease trap, whatever you want to call it, that I made for that drum is fine for longer and slower cooks if I want to cook that way. But if I'm looking to speed things up, I really, really enjoy removing that and just cooking them directly over those coals. And I will tell you, man, that we all know about those meat juices dripping onto that fire vaporizing, bouncing back, uh, basting that meat in that juice vapor. Man, it really does something to that flavor. As I was cutting those ribs, I can feel the little crunchy, crispy edges. And man, they were just so perfectly seasoned, perfectly cooked. I am just really looking forward to doing some dinos in that same fashion. And once again, I would not remove any fat from that dinos, man. If the fat cap on top on the meat side was a little thick, yeah, I might trim that down just a little bit. But I would love to have an 8 to 1/4 inch across the entire fat cap of those dinos. Those are hard to find. Every time I find them like that with that fat cap intact, I'll buy them. I'm gonna make sure I do not fall behind like I normally do on this chat, man. Big D's in the house. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you this evening. Frack, I love tripas, man. I love tripas, especially dorado. I like mine crispy. I have never cooked them. I have never cooked them. Uh, but I've got a restaurant, man, that really, really does them well. And when I walk in, my waitress, there are two of them that I deal with. They know what I want, and I like them crispy. Who are you? Who are you talking to, Darnell? I know you're not talking about me, man. Oh, you had to be talking about the Temptations, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It took every fiber in my body to sing uh without disturbing the people around me because I really wanted to just belt it out. And I'm a huge fan of the Temptations. Man, and this is my first time, and I understand that these aren't the original Temps, but it is what it is. But the music, man, was just as original. They really did a great job. And if you've seen the movie The Temptations that came out in the late '90s, uh, it pretty much the theatrical part of the show really, really followed that script pretty well. And I couldn't help because I've watched that movie so many times that I've memorized some of those classic lines, some of those significant lines, and I was just saying them. My daughter and Mama were there, and I was just saying and singing, and man, had a great time. The only thing that would have made that show better was if the theater had cognac at the bar. They did not. Uh, they had. I ended up getting like Tito's and orange juice, a double shot of Tito's and orange juice for like $27. So it's like the airport. When they get you in there, they got you. But you don't want to sit down and watch that show, man, without a little something to sip on. But yes, we had a great time, man. If that show comes to your neck of the woods, and you're a Motown fan, it's well worth the money. Yeah, well worth the money. Folks, if you haven't yet hit that thumbs up, man, feel free. It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you, Willie. Those ribs, man, they were special. Yeah, they were special, and that's what I call an eating rib. I don't call my competition ribs or anything along those lines. Anything with that sweet, that sauce. I don't call those eating ribs. Those are sampling ribs. But these ribs, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to take a thumbnail. I forgot to take a thumbnail picture. And when I remember, I had already eaten 3 bones. That is why I ended up snatching a screenshot from the video because I did not take a thumbnail. And like a lot of you out there, I usually take, 8, 10, 12 different thumbnails and then use the best one. But I absolutely forgot. And I have not done that in a video prior to this. So you've cooked tripas, huh, Frack? And I understand that the hardest part is probably just getting them clean. I know that a lot of people boil them. Trumpet, have you ever cooked them? I know that a lot of people boil them or parboil them before frying. That removes quite a bit of the excess fat. But man, yeah, let's talk offline, Frack, and we'll see if we can make something happen, man. Oh, yes, sir. Oh man, give me some crispy tripas with the guac and pico de gallo. You know it. Now you're speaking my language. Yeah. Yeah, Darnell. It was a good show, man. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they are. I am sure they are. So, what is everybody cooking this week? Tomorrow, I've got a pretty nice, a solid, a short video, man, but it's straight to the point. I roasted a chicken on the grill. That man, I love the way the video came out. I'm playing around with lighting, trying to get my interior lighting going. I'm moving my pits around from under my deck cover, just trying to get better pictures. And trying to get better pictures with cheap cameras might not be the thing, but so I'm experimenting. I'm moving things around. I am moving things around. Willie, you want to see oxtails? Then tune in to to Tuesday's video. We've got a collaboration with 805, and because of the cold weather period, the season, I should say, we decided we do a bit of a caldo, a Mexican caldo, that soup, uh, and I did a beef caldo, a beef soup, and I use oxtails. Oh my goodness. Uh, you're gonna want that. How do you normally cook oxtails, Willie? Yeah, trumpet. So do you also parboil him, boil him halfway? Fat boy, you're gonna be busy, man. Two briskets, two pans of mac and cheese, two separate events. I am very close to doing. I've got two turkeys in the freezer. So I'm pretty much gonna be feeding the neighbors. I am going to rotisserie one turkey. So I'm looking to get two videos before Thanksgiving. I want to rotisserie one turkey. It's going to be my first time throwing a turkey on a rotisserie. Then the second one, I probably want to smoke halfway and then finish it fried for a second video. And I'm thinking those are going to be pretty decent video. Steven, what's going on, buddy? Smoked some beef shanks yesterday for tacos. Were these the these the cross cut shanks, or were these the hammer type, Thor's hammer? Trumpet, that doesn't count. All right, so Willie, sounds like you stew them. I love them stewed. Yeah, I love them stewed, man. What's up, Kev? How are you doing, buddy? Shrimp and grits. Dude, mom and I love shrimp and grits, man. That is something that we do. And when we do it, we usually do it on Sundays, like a Sunday brunch. Mama will make some screwdrivers or a mimosa or something along those lines, and we'll enjoy shrimp and grits. Yes, sir. Big D, what's going on? Pulled pork sliders, then smoked, then deep fried chicken wings with that sweet heat sauce. Wow, 125 people. How many wings would you cook for 125 people? Are you talking full wings or are they split, flats and drummies? You probably figure what? If it's split, three per person or four per person? Probably four per person. That's a lot of wings, man. Yeah, that's a lot of wings. I enjoy cooking for large groups, but I do not enjoy cooking small things for large groups. I rather cook huge pieces to feed large people. Yeah, Stephen, not every market carries those full size shanks. I've seen some video recently where some of the shanks are, I don't know, look like they come from midget cows. They're the little 4-inch heads with a little short bone. Man, I had two. I cooked one in a video, and I've got the second one still in the freezer. Maybe a foot tall, and that meat extends for about 8 inches as opposed to 3, 4 inches like some of the smaller ones I'm seeing. But you get what you can get. Kevin, I will enjoy a Bloody Mary every once in a while, man. It's not something I would go out of my way for. And the Bloody Marys that I usually enjoy tend to have a some sort of heat. I was at a cook-off a few years ago, and a lady wanted me to sample her Bloody Mary uh, before she turned it in. And I sampled her, and I said, "Man, lady, this is excellent." I said, "What would make this really taste good if you added some jalapenos to it?" She turned around, added the jalapenos, turned it in first place. I was like, "Yes, I know what I'm talking about." But yes, I don't go out my way for a Bloody Mary. I can take it or leave it. Woo, Big D's. I knew that was going to be a lot of chicken wings. I knew that was going to be a lot of chicken wings, man. Yeah, that's big time. Man, I'm bringing some beer, Trumpet. If I got to be on that highway, I'm not bringing yak. I don't have a 10-minute drive like you. Simon, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing today? 7 wings per person, Trumpet says. Yeah, that's a lot of wings. With that zing zang sauce, a little Tabasco. Dude, that is my favorite hot sauce, man. I put that ish on everything. I put that ish on everything. Yes, sir. So Trumpet, I saw you post, man, that now YouTube is letting content producers have the community tab before reaching, was it 1,000 subs? I guess that's pretty cool, man. Everybody can get involved like everybody else. Congrats. Congrats. We are getting so much closer, man, to taking possession of our offset smoker. I am thinking we are probably a couple of weeks out from getting our offset. And man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We've got a series of things planned for that offset smoker. Uh, Now we'll have a brand new smoker. I can redo a lot of the videos because after a while finding new content becomes an issue. But now some of the cooks I've done on the web or some of the cooks I've done on the Traeger, the WSM, I can turn those around, man, and cook them again on the offset. So that's going to be really well. Simon, I think I asked you in somebody else's chat, and I don't remember if you respond. I know I did not see your response. I don't know if you responded or not. Where in San Antonio are you? Yeah, where in San Antonio are you? We need to find a way to hook up, man. Have a beer. We'll meet for lunch or something. Yes, sir, Trumpet. What are you bringing to drink tomorrow? Some of that whiskey you always talk about? Trumpet, I think you talk a good game, but you're not about it. Are you bringing that whiskey? So did anybody else out there also get the community tab? I remember we had to hit 1,000 to get it, and this was a year and a half ago. So is Trumpet special, or did everybody get it? Simon, I'll tell you, man, we've been in San Antonio since 1994. There were years where we left San Antonio for long periods, moving around in the military. But I do not know a whole lot. I don't get out much. So the South Side. Do you know where? Do you know where Carnitas Lonja is? That little restaurant. Where are you from there? Fat boy, the South Side. The South Side. Yeah, Kev. Trumpet talks a good game, man. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not from Missouri, but I still like you to show me. So we'll see. Yeah. Simon, it is San Antonio's number one uh, rated carnitas. And I I I gotta Google every time I go, because I can't remember how to get there. So I Google and Longhouse, Lonjas, Carnitas Longhouse. So I don't even remember what street it is on. But you ever get a chance, man, and you're looking for some good carnitas, that is the spot to go to. you you want me to bring yak and you bring in some light beer. I'll probably bring some of my Miller Lite too, man. I gotta hit that highway. Yeah, I gotta hit that highway. Yeah, Simon, you let me know, man. We'll meet there for lunch. I am telling you, it is well worth it. Yeah, it is totally worth it. What's that Texas whiskey that you always talk about, Trumpet? I can never remember. As a matter of fact, I'm sipping on my extra rare Crown tonight. Yeah, I'm sipping on my extra rare Crown tonight. What time are you getting there, Trumpet? I'll try to be there by 10. I don't know what traffic is like in that time of the morning in those neck of the woods. All right, there you go. Yes, that sounds about right. Roosevelt. Yeah, that sounds about right. I am telling you, man, when you get a free day, hit me up and we'll meet there for lunch. And I think it's one of those spots where you bring your own beer. The last time I was there, they weren't selling beer. Yeah, they were not selling beer. Anybody else watching the game? What's the score? Trumpet, right now I've got my flanking ribs marinate. So it should be a pretty quick cook tomorrow. And I'm cooking them on the Weber. Got to marinate, man, in a sweet soy sauce with some good herbs. I'm gonna throw that Uncle Chris on them. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that Uncle Crisp on them. Throw them on that fire, and should be some good eats. I'm really looking forward to what some of the fellas are supposedly cooking. Fat boy, I'm getting a Canon fabrication pit. I don't know how if you know anything of Canon fabrication. We had them on the show last year. He gave us a little tour of his shop. But man, he builds awesome pits. You'll have to Google. You'll get some good pictures. And just everything he builds is a insulated firebox, and it's one of those things where if you can imagine it, he and his crew can pretty much fabricate it. I have no skills when it comes to pit building, so I'm not going to backyard anything. There's a science to it, and those guys have got it down. So that is what we're rolling with, and it's a nice size backyarder on golf cart wheels. I'm looking forward to showing it off, man. So I am hoping. I know he's got all kinds of work, so I'm hoping it can be in the next couple of weeks. All right, there it is, Trumpet. I remember you mentioning that some time back. Yeah, I think in that neck of the woods between 10 and 10:30 for me, Trumpet. Guggen, how are you doing, buddy? Great to see you this evening, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping in. Stephen, man, one the series that I refer to is I want to do everything from the day I picked that pit up from the day that pit is dropped off because it's being delivered. I want to start my first video will be a tour of the pit. Then I will go into how I clean because all my pits, I don't care what they are. It could be a Weber, it could be a pellet grill, a Traeger. I clean mine out. I wash them down, let them dry, oil them, and then light my first fire. So I want to show all that stuff. Then I want to talk about how I find the sweet spots. So this is just going to be a series of videos. How I find the sweet spot, fire management, and then we'll look at getting into cooking. And once we start cooking, the sky's the limit, man. It's going to be video after video. Everything that I've done on other grills, other pits, I'll be doing them again in that series of videos. So I think it's going to be a good deal. I think it's going to be a good deal. Well, man, I can't help you there, Trumpet. You've got some. I think you've got some Yoder fans right here in this chat. Dogfather, you'll be able to compare tomorrow. Yeah, you'll be able to compare tomorrow. Fat Boy says he's getting a a custom made pit. Picking it up in Enos. Johnson Custom. All right. Be sure to post pictures, man. Send some pictures out. Darnell, no. This is primarily for the backyard and for videos. I really want to do more videos on the offset and pulling out that Jambo in the driveway, man, for one brisket or a rack of ribs or 2 racks of ribs. It's just not, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That is why I have not done very many videos on the offset. But once that offset gets here, that backyard offset, it's going to take care of that. The Jambo is going to be around, man, until I am certain that that we're done with competitions. Before I let that go. So for right now, the Jambo is still at home. Yeah, it's still at home. Steven, I think it's going to be really good, man. I've been working on a bit of a format for these videos already. So I'm a little bit ahead of the game. Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of the game. I think fire management is one of those things that there's so many little intricacies, man, that a lot of the average people don't know about how to run a stick burner fire. How to go about finding sweet spots, maintaining a cold bed, adjusting your dampers as necessary, when to put on a log, how to put on a log, how to choose the right size log for that fire that you have at that particular time, because all those things play a huge role in terms of consistency, in terms of keeping that meat going at the same temperature that entire cook. No highs and no lows. No highs and no lows. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool video series. At least I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping that people catch on to it and can't wait for the next one. And man, it's going to really give me a break in terms of trying to come up with ideas for cooks, because that gets frustrating after a while. Darnell gives me advice every now and again. D, and I still have yet to do that pit beef. Yeah, I've yet to do that pit beef. Willie, I don't know if you've ever heard of Western Wood, but I've been using Western Wood. It's a company here in Texas, and they make cooking wood, not make cooking wood. They produce cooking wood, man, in whatever flavor you can think of, and they ship across the nation. You can find it in academies. You can find it in Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Ace Hardware. So my favorite combination of woods for cooking offset is oak, and it's post oak, hickory, and pecan. At competitions, I'll use all 3 of those in combination. At home, I will probably only mix 2 of them, oak and hickory or oak and pecan, based on what I'm cooking. Yeah, based on what I'm cooking. But here at the house, I've got oak, hickory, pecan are my mini logs. And then I've got a whole ton of chunks. Yeah, I've got chunks, apple, pecan, hickory, mesquite, oak chunks. So yeah, pretty cool. It's nice to have a sponsor like that one, man. I saw that email today, Kevin. I saw that email today. And man, many years back, Oak Ridge was a huge part of my competition arsenal. And yeah, over the years, I kind of went away from them as things fell off and something else popped on. But I got that email today, and they're just talking about the economy, people struggling, how the price of everything have gone up, and yeah, that was kind of sad to hear. Matter of fact, I've still got some. What's one of my favorite Oak Ridge rubs? It had a military theme name, Black Ops. There you go. Yeah, that was one of my favorite rubs. I believe it was Black Ops. Darnell, man, I'm here to tell you, Darnell, that Jambo is strictly competition. While it's a larger pit, uh, in my experience, and I'm speaking for myself, no one else, in my experience, it does not handle large quantities of meat very well. And I found that out. I was cooking for Western Wood. Western Wood asked me to cook to feed maybe 75 people. So I had 12 pork butts on, and I decided, man, I'll just cook them on the Jambo, one shot, one kill. And man, I was juggling pork butts all day, trying to get them cooked. The Jambo would not cook evenly, would not heat evenly. The normal airflow that I get at competitions was nowhere there for those 12 butts. And I come to realize that it's strictly a competition pit. Strictly a competition pit, man. And yes, it is one of the probably, it can be argued that it is the top competition pit out there, but it's definitely top three. It is definitely top three. I just don't think it's designed for large quantities of meat. The only thing I will not cook on the Jambo at competitions, Darnell, is chicken, because my Jambo, I'm running right around 290 to 300 for brisket, ribs, and pork butt. All three of those can take that temperature. For me, chicken has to be closer. I cook my chicken 400 to 425. So I will take my little expert grill or my Weber for chicken. So yes, I do take an extra pit at competition. And just decided to pull the trigger. Matter of fact, we're going to register tomorrow. We're going to go cook Uvalde. That was always one of the competitions, man, that I look forward to. Mom and I look forward to every year. It's well attended, and with the tragedy we had earlier this year in Uvalde, I think it's not one that I want to miss. But what's great about Uvalde, man, it's Christmas time. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Christmas music, and that entire hour and 45-minute, 2 hour drive, man, I'm just rocking Christmas songs. So I will always have fond memories of this event. Mom and I are headed back this year. All right, Simon, I will get back at you, baby. I will get back at you. Yeah, Stephen, man, there's some parts of the country where cooking wood, barbecue wood specifically, is at a premium, man. It's not easy to get a hold of. When you can get a hold of it, you don't have very much to choose from. Usually end up settling. Guggen, I am totally in agreement with you, man. I love my Traegers, I love my WSM, my Webers, and everything else, but there's nothing like a stick burner. There's nothing like a stick burner, man. I love fire management. I love fire management. Uh, so I don't think I will ever be without one. Yeah, and a huge part, absolutely correct. A huge part of fire management is the pit. You know, and that Jambo has got me spoiled because that Jambo requires very little maintenance. The one thing you just have to remember is to periodically put another stick in there, because if you go too long, that temperature gauge will still read 290. And when you finally open that firebox, you're running on embers because it holds heat so well. So as long as you do not forget, uh, you're going to be good to go. So yes, fire management is really, really made easier by the quality of the pit that you're running. All right, fat boy, I will take a look for sure, man. I will take a look for sure. Lawrence, what's happening, man? Where have you been, Lawrence? I hope all is well, man. I hope all is well. Darnell, mom will tell you I keep 2 Christmas CDs in my vehicle year round, and I will pop them in there. Usually I'll pop them in when I'm on the highway. Yeah, not driving around in the city. But if I get on the highway, man, and for any length of time, I'll pop them in and just sing out. Yeah. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. Yeah. That is what turns a lot of people off about offsets, man. They go and they get cheaply made offsets. You know, they go and they get cheaply made offsets. They leak. They draft horribly. And there are tricks that you can do to fix some of those uh, mistakes that these builders made. But you've got to know, the sealant. You can seal your doors. You can seal the cracks and whatnot. All that plays a role in drafting, in making fire management a headache. So and there's some quality, you know, and when I say quality, I'm talking in respect to the money that you're gonna pay. You can get 350, $400 and get a decent offset if you know what you're looking for. The thickness of the metal, the material. My first offset, man, in probably 1998, right here. I was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia. We came here to Texas for a softball tournament, and at the time I was driving a minivan. Well, on the long story short, on the way back, I had packed a New Braunfels smoker, my first offset, uh, 3/8 inch gauge steel. So I picked one that was very, very solid. And I didn't know much about offset at the time. I remember getting it back to Georgia, man, putting it together, sealing some of the places where I had to screw two pieces of metal together, sealing those with aluminum foil. So I did all the things that I had to do to make sure that it sealed properly, and it did. The biggest mistake I made for my first cook on that offset was I used some hickory. I didn't know much about woods at the time, but I used some hickory that wasn't quite seasoned. And I will tell you, man, the refrigerator stunk when I put leftovers in it. You hated the burp because that taste just came back up. So that was one of the first lessons learned. But I got that offset in 1998. I sold it in 20 in 2019. Yeah, I sold it to a buddy, Rick Hernandez, in 2019, and it was absolutely perfect. I kept it covered, kept it clean. It was in great shape when I sold it. So if you know what you're looking for, you can get a nice deal. Dude, there's nothing wrong with getting them used, man. Yeah, they're already seasoned. That person that had it can tell you the ins and the outs. I remember when I sold, I had a gator pit. My first competition pit was a gator pit. Uh, uh, and when I sold it and replaced it with the Jambo, I offered the gentleman that bought it, I said, man, you come with me to this final cook off. I said, I will show you exactly how I cook on it from A to Z at this cook off. Uh, and you can haul it off from there. And he was gun ho because he was going to compete. Long story short, something came up. He could not make the cook off. So I went to that cook off, last cook off. We were reserve grand champ, brought it home, cleaned it up. He came and picked it up that following Sunday, and he hauled it off. Uh, and I really, really hate that he missed out on the opportunity to see me use that pit. But it was his loss. All right, there we go. Yeah. Hey, New Braunfels smokers are pretty good, man. I saw that. I saw the Zombie Hands Meatloaf. I haven't watched it yet, Trumpet. Yeah. I have not watched it yet. Now it looks interesting. Then I saw somebody else do the zombie foot. It looks interesting, a little creepy, but definitely interesting. the the Halloween special. uh nah, it looked a little creepy. Not even sure if I'd want to eat it. Hey, I've got another. Well, I can't even call it a cook just yet because I'm counting my goats before they hatch. But man, I've just about got my hands on two small cabritos, and I am so looking forward to cooking them. I think I mentioned this a couple of lives ago, and I thought I'd have them by now, but I guess the guy that's procuring them is having a little bit of problems. But that is a video for the very near future, man. A cabrito cook. I've been wanting to cook one now for good years, man, for a number of years, and I think I will finally get that opportunity. Hopefully before the end of the year. Hopefully before the end of the year. I I'm telling you, Google. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's kind of creepy. Yeah. So I can understand some folks not even wanting to be near it. uh Stephen, something that I've been wanting to smoke, and I think I may have spoken about this uh, some time ago. There are a number of things I just mentioned, the cabrito, the baby goat, but something else that I really want to cook is, and I don't know how I would go about getting this, but I would really like to get a side of beef ribs. Usually when I see people cooking these, they're foreigners, South Americans, uh, Brazil, Argentina, and they get the beef ribs. They might be a foot wide and then 3 feet long, so they get an entire side of the ribs, and they don't barbecue them in the traditional sense that we're accustomed to. They more roast them over a live fire. And what I love is when they slice them in, how juices is just flowing. They're nice and golden brown. So I would really, really love to do something like that. Cabritos is definite, Simon. Definite. And just yesterday or day before yesterday, Bill Dumas, the Sausage King, I caught that he's doing something, man, where he's cooking cabrito confit, in oil, low and slow for long periods. So I told him, I said, man, I want to see what happens with this, how this comes out. And I wish he was doing a video, but I don't think it's a video. It's just posting pictures. I have to double check back on his page. Rick, what's going on, sir? How are you doing today? Good to see you. All right, Trumpet man, I will see you in La Mañana. Take care. Rick, man, what's happening? We made it Friday for you instead of Saturday. Hey, well, I will wash my goat before I cook it, Trumpet. Yeah, I will wash my goat, give it a bath before I cook it. uh, oh, did you lose a bet, Trumpet? Well, Trumpet, you've got all the rec techs. Invite the fellas over. Yeah, invite the fellas over. Yes, it is, Simon. Yes, it is. Darnell, I've been watching these videos, and I'm not going to call them shepherd's pie, but they're like meat pies, uh, done by the British, by the English, I should say. And I really like the idea. I watched the guy do some on his Weber. He made the dough from scratch. I'm not going to do any such thing. Um, I don't have time to be making dough, but I would love to do some of those on the grill. Yeah. We might be Mom and Papa Joe barbecue, but man, barbecue is only a quarter of what we like to do. So I want to cook everything every kind of way possible. Yeah. Yeah, Google gonna take it off your hands, Trumpet. No, I totally understand, man. Yeah. I totally understand. You gotta be in it to win it. Because we're not gonna pay you. Yeah, we are not going to pay you. Hey, I've never cooked it, but while I was stationed in Germany, Darnell, I had a Jamaican soldier. Uh and man, the Germans kill a lot of goats. Yeah, they sold a lot of goat meat. And he'd be able to get goat, and it was almost every other weekend he was doing curry goat. So that is where I learned to love curry goat. And if I remember correctly, that's the only way I've had goat. That's the only way I've had goat. I've had lamb all kinds of different ways, and I love lamb. Matter of fact, Mom and I are overdue for some lamb chops. I love lamb any kind of way, uh, but all I've ever had was curry goat. So if I was able to do a cabrito, that'd be a second way that I have enjoyed it. Yes, sir. There go Trumpet, patting himself on the back. Yeah, patting himself on the back as usual. But I guess you got to do it, Trumpet, because ain't nobody else gonna do it, man. Nobody else is gonna do it. Now, Guggen, that is one thing I am not a fan of. That mint jelly, and that mint jelly for me is along the same lines as what's the stuff for turkey? Cranberry sauce. Yeah, not a turkey fan to start with, much less to add something sweet to it. Same thing with mint jelly. And 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 you know what, Guggen? I've never tried it. So maybe I ought to shut my mouth and give it a shot before I knock it. But it's just something that just does not sound like it belongs. So I've never bothered with it. And normally I'm the person before I knock something, I'll try it. So maybe I'll take that back and give it a shot the next opportunity I get. He says more for him. uh, thanks, Rick. Oh, I am the opposite, Darnell. The lamb chops, man, I think are just so much more tender, uh, and it's such a quicker cook. The leg of the lamb can be a little tighter. So I'm the other way around. Yeah, I'm the other way around. Yeah, Guggen, I get the opportunity, I'll try it, man. That way I can say yay or nay uh, from experience instead of just from thought. Yes, sir. 805, what's going on? 805, I had mentioned our our collab coming out on Tuesday. Now I will tell you, 805 is doing some high speed stuff, man. Uh, Grinding his own meat, and you're gonna have to watch 805s. This dude knows what he's doing when it comes to that Mexican caldo. So I'm looking. I told him I'm gonna be taking notes because I want to do what he's doing. Not necessarily for a video, but just to enjoy here at the house. Yeah. That's Tuesday at 10 o'clock, folks. Be on the lookout. Enjoyed your burger today, 805. That thing was mighty tall. Yeah, that thing was mighty tall. All right, folks, we're coming on that hour, man. We're coming on that hour. I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but because all my my Texas brethren are watching, maybe I'll have to try to get in. I have not seen an inning of either of the first three games. Maybe I ought to get in an inning or two. Probably won't happen. Yeah, it probably won't happen. The only team I'll watch, man, are the Dodgers. Baseball is not one of my favorite sports. So we're gonna call it right here, man. As usual, mom and I appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out for a little bit. Like I said up front, we didn't have a topic today. Just wanted to check in with you guys since we missed last week. If any of you are coming out to the Dogfathers Barbecue Boulevard tomorrow, man, we will see you there. Be safe, finish your one day at work, and enjoy your weekend. You guys and gals take care of yourself, and we will see you when we see you. Holla.